So today we're going to, our math goal for today is going to be, excuse me, exploring non-standard and standard units, okay? So I'll put our goal down, exploring non-standard versus standard measurement. Some people are having a hard time. If you need to move, please do so. Juliet, can you switch spaces with me, please? Thank you so much. Okay, so here we go. Mental math is something that happens in your mind, okay? I'll pull down our hundreds chart if it's going to help you, but your goal really is to do that mental math in your head without this. But I'll put this here because this is one of the first times we're really practicing, okay? So you ready? So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to say 15 and 25. So it's really 15 plus 25, okay? So 15 and 25. So figure it out. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think about it. One, two, three.
40.
How did you think about it?
Because so I added the 10 to 25, which did 35, and then I plus the 5 to it and it became 40.
Beautiful. Anyone do it a little different? Just do.
I started at 15 on the
Ah. You started at 15.
I went down 2.
10, 20.
And I went 5 forward.
5 more forward. Nice. One more way.
I pretended to stack the 15 on top of the 25.
Okay, in your brain.
5 plus 5 equals 10. So I put the 0 under it, and I put the 1 over it. And then 1 plus 2 equals 3.
Well, it's not a 1 plus 2, but a...
10 plus 20
Thank you.
equals 30.
Nice.
And then plus 10 more equals 40.
Okay. I'm asking my friends come out and zone of practical learning and teaching, please. Okay, next one. You ready? Here we go. 35 and 20. You have 5 seconds to think. Oh, much better this time. 1, 2, 3.
55.
How do you know? How do you know? What'd you do?
Because I did 30 plus 20 equals 50.
Because 3 plus 2 is 5, but we're talking 10, so it's 50. Yeah.
And I added 5 more, and then I got 50.
Nice.
Ballpark.
How did you do it? It's like a ballpark estimate, kind of. Yeah.
I started at 35 on the number chart.
Okay. 35 on the number chart.
Down 2.
I'm sorry?
I went down
2 tens. 10, 20. That was the 20, right? There it is. One more different way?
So I went to 20.
On the number chart?
I stacked up 35 and 20.
Okay, in your brain?
And then I knew that 0 plus 5 equals 5, and then 3 plus 2 equals 5. So
But it's not 3 plus 2, it's 30 plus 20.
30 plus 20, and I knew that it was 55.
Good. Okay, here we go. Let's do another one. These are just all about practice. Okay, this one, 31 and 19. 5 seconds to think. A little harder.
It's easy.
31 and 19. 1, 2, 3.
50.
Oh, I have
50.
50. How did you get 50, my friend?
So I did. So as you say, so the quickest way to get 110. So 9 plus 1 equals 10.
Say that again.
9 plus 1.
You said the quickest way to get
A 10 is 9 plus 1 equals 10.
strategy we used this week.
And
Beautiful.
and I know, but 20 plus 30 isn't equals 50.
You know what 30 plus
9.
10, oh, I know, I see. And then you grouped that 10, so you had really 30 plus the 20 there. Okay, nice. Different way?
I started at 31.
Okay.
Plus 10 equals 41.
Uh-huh.
Plus 10 equals 51.
But
But
it wasn't a 10, it was a 9, so you backed it up one, right? Nice. Okay, next one, you ready? These are really quick. 57 and 92. 57 and 92, they're getting a little harder. One, two, three.
149.
Nice. How'd you do it? It was definitely harder this time. How'd you do it?
Me?
Yep.
So I knew that 90 plus 10 was 100.
Where'd you get the 10?
Well, I got it from the 50.
Okay.
And then I did plus.
So that gave you 100.
Yeah. And
now
then
you had the
40
47.
more was 100 and then like there's 40 left from the 57. And then I did 140 plus 7 and then 7 plus 2 equals 9 and then 149.
Nice. Very good.
Miss
Different way?
I accidentally put my finger in front of the iPad.
And also started over again.
Oh, start again. Okay. Well, you know what? Wait a second. We'll finish this and then we'll start the next section 2. I'll just do 7.4.
I did 9 plus 5, and I did 9 plus
90
5,
plus 50 is?
and then I added a 0 at the end.
Okay.
And the
140.
fastest way to make a 10 is take 1 away from 5, so it's like 40
Okay.
plus 100.
Plus 100.
But
Okay.
I saw the 7 and the 2 equals 9.
Right. Perfect. So 149. Okay, I'm going to go on. We're not going to spend as much time as we did on the other one because we're just starting to get good at those. Okay. Okay, so today we're going to talk about non-standard measurement, okay? This is 5 things that are about an inch long, about a foot long, and about a yard long. Use a ruler, a tape measure, or a yardstick to help you.
That's a
Do you know what this is called?
yard.
This is called a yardstick. Are you videoing again, my friend? Start videoing.
I did. I didn't stop it.
Oh, I thought you said you did. Okay, so find things that are about an inch long, a foot long, a yard long. This is called a 1, 2, 3.
Yardstick.
This is called a yardstick. But Matthew, can you give me a ruler, please?
What is a
So we have lots of different ways to measure. We use a yardstick for some things. Now, would I use a yardstick to measure my fingernail?
No.
No. How come? How come? How come I wouldn't use a yardstick to measure my fingernail?
Because
Look at it.
a yardstick is way too big.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so sorry. I'm sorry. Could you, sorry. Because it gets in the way, doesn't it? Yeah, it gets in the way. So sorry, my friend. So instead, for smaller things, I would use a ruler. A ruler. Now, this is also called 12 inches, which is a
Foot.
foot. Okay. So, I use this to look at. I don't even come close to my friends when I try to measure my fingernail with this, right? But if I want to measure the board, would I use this to do that with?
No.
Well, what could I use this?
Yardstick.
The yardstick would be way easier. Watch. Bam, right? And then I might have to hold my finger here and go down here a little bit. So we use different tools for different things. If I'm measuring something big, I would use this. If I were measuring something smaller, I'd use this. If Mr. Harthorne were measuring the perimeter of our fence out back, would he use this?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. He has, I'll have to bring it in. I'll have to see where he's got it hidden. Shh, don't tell him I'm going to borrow it. But it's this big tape measure. It's on this big circle thing. And it has this little hook. And he puts it on something like a nail or a stake. And he goes,
Oh, yeah, I know that.
and he goes, and it's really big, yeah. And then when he wants to bring it in, it's like, that's usually my job. And I go, until I get it all back up in the thing. So he would use something like that for really big things.
Know him.
This would be way too small for that. So keep in mind the measurement tools that we use. So today what they're asking you to do is to find things that are about an inch, about a foot, about a yard. When we're looking at yard, which are we using, the blue or this wooden piece? When we're measuring a yard, are we using this or are we using this? 1, 2, 3.
Yardstick.
Yardstick, hence it's called yardstick, right? Sorry. And if we're looking for a foot, am I using this or this? 1, 2, 3.
The blue.
The blue ruler. It's about a foot. Now don't get tricked because it can be tricky. This particular ruler that I have doesn't start. You can see it up here. I'll measure inches. This is not 0. This is actually 0 right here. Do you see how there's a little bit of tip left? Let me put my finger here and show you off the board. All this space is not measurement. Okay? If I say I'm going to start to measure the Mimeo, and I start here, I'm adding on about a 1/2 inch. So be careful. Not all tools start at 0. Now this says 0 right here. So you're going to measure it right flat up here. Okay? This, I would say, oh, let me measure right here. And I put it right up against it. But this can't be right up against it. I actually have to move it over a smidgen and say, okay, oh, that's where I'd start. And see all that extra? Do you see it?
No. Yes.
See all that extra? 0 doesn't start there. 0 starts here. Okay? Very important. I can't tell you how many second graders don't get that and how important it is for me to show it to you. Okay? Even maybe some beyond second graders might not get that. Okay, so that's going to be your job today. I do have yardsticks. They're in here. Okay? This will be part of your journal activity. There's a whole bunch of yardsticks. Now, let me show you something.
How'd you get all of them?
I have been collecting them
You're
for years. Years. I'm rich in yardsticks. Look at that. They wish they fit in my pocket because I'd be really rich, right?
Whoa.
They don't.
Like your peacock.
So let me show you something.
You a peacock.
On this side, it's what we call U.S. measurement,
D.
right?
US.
This is yards. On this side, it's metric. We're not using metric today. This is called a meter on this side, and a yard is actually right here at 36. But it's a little longer because a meter is all this, 100, okay? Centimeters is a meter. But because they want to use the same stick, they get tricky, and I put a line here so that you know that yard is 36 inches. 3 feet is a yard. In fact, when I'm at Martin's sometimes, and I'm looking and I find this awesome material, and I go, oh, that would go so well in my living room. And I go, oh, I wonder, oh, there's not much on the bolt. I can go, they usually say by the tip of your finger to your nose is almost a yard. So I'll go, oh, I think I could do, okay, 1 yard, 2 yards. Sometimes you see me in Martin's doing that. Shh, don't tell anyone, you know. If I look strange, she'll go, oh, I don't know her. Okay, so you can see they're all marked, okay? But on this side, because we're using the same piece of wood, 100 centimeters is a meter, but only 36 inches is a yard.
So
3, watch, check this out. This is cool. Although it would be kind of hard. I didn't think about this like these rulers, but we should be able to do 3 of these. Remember, I'm gonna not my 0 starts way down here. See it?
3.
So there's 1, and then I stop, and then there's 2, and then I stop. Sorry, it's hard to do with my hands full. And then there's 3, and then I stop. So 3 feet is a yard. Okay, we'll be talking more about all equivalent measurements. Okay, so today you have this. You also have about 1 centimeter, about 10 centimeters, and about 1 meter. So if you look at this side of your ruler, this is inches, right? These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are centimeters. And the little tiny, mini ones are millimeters, mm. Not M&Ms like you eat. M&Ms, mini millimeters. Okay? So say it with me, mini millimeters. Okay. But we're looking for, things that are about 1 centimeter. So it would be like here. Things that are about this long.
Whoa.
Yeah. Things that are about 10 centimeters. So things that are about this long. Okay. And then things that are about a meter.
Oh gosh, I don't.
Your timer's
Right.
going off.
Things that are about a meter, okay?
Whoa.
It's upside down.
Things that are about a meter. Okay. So you have that task to do. Let me just get my alarm.
Is that the only task?
Should we stop the
It's
video?
not.
It's,
Oh my gosh.
it's 14:50.
It's 14:53.
Now, so you have that. You also have these math boxes.
14 minutes.
Solve. You can draw a diagram to help. A Coke